Welcome to the Jim James Morning Podcast.
Hell effing yes.
And I'm going to stop saying we're going to change the name because I think it's upsetting Jim a little bit.
Well, no, you know what?
I just sprung it on you.
And it was, you're right. That's basically, but we're just so thrilled to honestly have one of your good friends who's just a fellow
Long-time
thespian
friend.
and
How long has it been? Anyway?
And
Maybe
she's a
15 years?
TikToker, and what does she not do, really?
I got into the theater company and
Well, why don't you
I
introduce
believe
her?
it was 2009. No,
Yeah.
it had to be before then.
Well, who is she? Why don't you introduce her?
It's Connie Flores.
Connie Marie Flores. Hear it.
And
Ouch.
I'd like to talk a little bit about how we met because we have a friend. What do you say? A common friend or a friend in common? Friend in common.
Either way.
Hey, Patrick, you ever heard of a guy named Jeremy Luke?
No.
Jeremy Luke.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
Oh, shorter fella. Goes by Turbo.
That guy,
I hung out with him.
that guy.
Yes.
He's going to be one of our guests. He's coming
Yeah.
on later this month.
He's hysterical.
Well, he was in
Love
the
that
same
guy.
theater company that we were in. We were in Theater 68, which I refer to quite often. And I'll never forget, we did a series of one-act plays that I'm always talking about because I was in one, which was one of the favorite things I've ever done on stage, called Home is Where the Hooker Is. And yes,
Nice.
it is exactly like it sounds. And I can't remember the name of the one you were in, but you were in with
It
Natalie.
was called Sister Snell.
Sister Snell.
Yeah.
You guys were amazing. It was like a New Orleans type vibe or something. I don't know.
It was a
But it was you, Virginia, and Natalie who's going to be coming on. And I don't want to mispronounce her name, but it's Pena? Is that how you say the last name?
Oh, I'm
So is she an actress?
sure.
P-E-N-A?
Obviously an actress. Let me
I'm
look
not
her up.
sure. We'll consult the computer.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
Natalie
She's
Pena.
No help from... I was like, that would have been a quick, yeah, that's how you say it. It would have been great. Instead of
I
it
no
lingering
help
there.
at
Yeah, it is.
No,
Natalie
no.
Pena.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she's coming on. We should get Virginia to come on then. I mean, I'm sure she has some stuff.
Set. Her name is Natalie Victoria Pena. Was born in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, but it's not about Natalie tonight.
Right. It's
It's about
about
Connie.
Connie Marie Flores.
So
With some
I'm
conviction.
telling you, the play was amazing. Nowadays, they're filming a lot of plays, which
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah.
Because if they had Home is Where a Hooker Was and
Oh, it
the
would
one
be
that you
everywhere.
were in, those were really some amazing times on stage. We had a blast. So what have you been doing since then?
Well, there was a little thing called the pandemic.
I know, right? A little thing, yeah.
That's just a little thing
It
that kind
consumed
of
half of our lives. Right?
shut the whole world down for a while. So as of recently, I've just kind of got back in the game and I look a little different now. So it's just kind of starting from scratch. But right before the pandemic, I was on a nice little wave and I had a movie come out on HBO Max, which is called What Bitch.
What bitch?
And I love that movie because it was an all-female Latina cast.
Very cool.
And it's a Ridley Scott production.
Damn.
Wow.
And we filmed it in Bakersfield and we got to stay out there.
Not
and-
too shabby, huh?
no, it was
Wow.
really cool, and we worked with a wonderful director named Julian Acosta. Hi,
Nice.
Julian. And it was a lot of fun. It was just really cool to like meet all the actresses and to shoot, and it was a little violent. So-
Violence is
Hey,
good.
violence
Yeah.
and sex sells.
Little
so-
violence.
I
yeah.
mean, I do get punched in the face
What?
in the film in the
What?
first
Yeah.
like couple
Yeah.
of seconds that I'm on camera, and that was a lot of fun to shoot because
Sure.
if you've never been punched in the face,
Yeah.
try doing it like 100 times on camera. So that
Wow.
that was
Oh,
cool.
yeah, right, exactly.
But you know, my favorite story from that was
Wow.
that the little boy in the film,
Uh-huh.
him and I had bonded backstage and we were like watching all his favorite shows. He's like,
Sure.
yeah, look at all my favorite shows. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And then 2 seconds later, I was like, I'll be back, darling. And it's just like us cussing each other out and me getting punched in the face. And
Isn't
I
that
think
hysterical?
I
Yeah.
personally traumatized the shit out of him.
This is great.
Like,
This is good.
sorry.
I got paid for it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, he got paid
Handsomely,
for
I'm
it.
sure.
And he was
Yeah.
he'll be getting residuals for a long
Right,
time.
he's
Yeah.
good. He's good. He's on that HBO Max train now, and
Yeah.
but he's just a little traumatized. It's cool.
Wow. Yeah.
So that was fun, and
It's a good kind of trauma.
right.
Getting paid handsomely.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then it was just like, all right, well, we love you. Bye. Sorry, we traumatized your whole life there.
Yeah.
You'll be talking about that in therapy forever. And
Boy,
then
there's a lot
I
of
was in
stories
Marriage
like that.
Story. That was really fun and an interesting experience. That
Yeah,
was
I
with
got
like
everything,
Scarlett
yeah.
Johansson,
Wow, that's good.
Laura Dern, Noah Baumbach was the director, Adam Driver, and Ray Liotta, and it was all like a trip to work with that cluster.
Yeah.
I feel like-
wow.
What a movie, I'll tell you. Oof, it stirs up. You know, it's like one of those that
Doesn't it just make you want to
I'll
break
tell you,
up with someone?
If there's a movie that makes you feel something,
Mhm.
it's that one.
Look at the cast, dude.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
so amazing, bro. They bring all
Well,
these
Adam
people
and
together.
Scarlett were just
phenomenal.
oof. Well, you
Yeah.
felt like you were there in the room with them. And I did a scene like that at Theater 68. It was called Poison. That's
Right.
where I had done it before, a couple of different places.
Okay.
And we ended up by filming it. And I don't know if you were there, and I can't remember exactly who I did it with. I have an idea who I did it with. And basically, this guy comes home. The before is obvious from the dialogue and everything. He had come home, and his wife was schnooking the neighbor,
Oh,
right?
shit.
So he
Dang.
walks out, and he goes down, and it's all in the dialogue. So the scene picks up where he comes in, and he says, "Is he gone?" And she says, "I'm not going to do the whole play for you, I promise." But,
Come on,
it's a
give us
10-minute.
little
It's a
excerpt.
10-minute play, and I'll only do
fantastic.
9 minutes of it. Okay?
And it's good. It's really
So
brilliant.
we did it. I did it in class, and Tom Sizemore said it was one of the best things he's seen in years in an acting class.
Mhm.
And he has the ice cream, and he says, I went to 7-Eleven, I got Smire, I didn't know what else to do. And she goes, you didn't have to leave the house. And he goes, one of my favorite lines is, what did you expect me to do? Wait in the living room while he put on his pants? So it's that type of a scene, and it just goes from bad to worse. And
Oh.
but it felt like that with the Marriage Story. It's like, and then Tom said at the end of our scene, he came with Tom Sizemore, who will be on. We're
It's
working
just a
on
matter
that.
of pinning them down.
Yeah.
We're working on that.
Yeah, but he promised.
We literally
Tom
went to
does
his
not.
house.
He does
Oh,
not.
that is so
yeah,
cool.
he doesn't break a
I didn't know
promise,
he
so.
taught. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's amazing.
What
I mean,
does a Tom
of course, he's-
Sizemore class consist of? Like, if you're in
Well,
a
first
Tom
Well, I'll
Sizemore-
tell you what's interesting.
Okay, go
about
ahead.
Tom. But I don't know.
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know if
I was gonna
I
say
don't want to
something,
let
I'd
out
rather
any
not.
secrets or anything.
We don't give out secrets, guys.
But what he does is he'll
He's a
you
great
run the
guy.
scene like in any acting class. People put up the
Mhm.
scene or whatever, and the way he does it is he'll take one or two of us aside, and he'll whisper in our ears so nobody else can hear these little nuggets, these little gems,
gems.
this little something to
Mhm.
work with, and then they come back in and they sit down if you're watching, and they do the scene, and all of a sudden you're like, what the hell did he say?
Yeah,
with
what did
that?
he whisper
And
to your ears?
sometimes we find
Yeah.
out, other times
Yeah.
we don't. It's all up to the actor. If the actor wants to share it.
There's usually a dire, like, let's just put it this way, it's usually like a dire need that you have to fight for, like a life and death situation that he usually proposes. Like, think of
That
it
was
this
the
way.
audition on Marriage
Yeah.
Story, basically.
Right,
That
okay.
was like, I went to the Universal lot and I auditioned with Francine Maisler, who was the casting director.
Very
And
cool.
it was just basically like, you have 30 seconds to paint an entire scene and make me feel everything.
Oh, no pressure.
How do you do that? And it was just, and then like, I felt ultimately stupid because in the middle of my audition, I remember like stopping and being like, yeah, that's good. Like, I was just like, I think that was good. Like, I'm telling her, like,
right.
you got enough, girl. Like, all right, we're out.
Well, you're confident. Your
Yeah.
confidence was
I just
assumed,
felt like
yeah.
at that moment, I was just like, that was the end of this chapter of this character. Like, and she's done right now. Like, and,
yeah.
and I've never done that at an
It's like
audition.
Sinatra, right? Like
Yeah.
a one-shot deal.
All right, we're done.
Right.
And then I left, and then I got in the car, and I was like, well, I'm not getting that shit. Like,
And those are the
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
you get. Yeah.
And then like a
Guy
month
called you, right?
later, yeah, I get a call from my manager, and she's like, yeah, you're gonna be in the new Scarlett Johansson movie. And I was like,
Oh, fuck.
all right. It's
Go
just
get
like,
some
let's
drinks.
do this. Yeah.
Which is interesting to look back on after it's all been said and done. But that
Yeah.
moment, like when you hear that, and it hasn't, you don't know too much. You don't know a lot about it. All you know, you're going to be
Right.
with all these great people, and then as it,
Well, I didn't even know until I got
you don't
there.
even know.
Yeah.
Like all
So-
you know is that she's in it.
Yeah,
and
and,
it's
that was it.
you know what the
It's
material was that you had to work on.
It's a shot at the
But
movie.
now looking
Yeah.
back,
Yeah, you don't.
what an incredible
But who
experience.
did you work with? Who did you study with?
Study wise,
Yeah,
I
the craft.
studied at the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. I got my BFA there.
Oh, cool.
So that was
Really
cool
cool.
because I was like literally the first woman in my family to go to college.
Very cool.
Like first generation Latinos, like nobody had ever gone to college, let alone studied acting.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
So
Yeah,
it
it's a
was
huge
like just kind of going out into the wild by yourself and
And it seems like you're totally adventurous because I was looking at some of your TikTok videos and bro, like we're gonna go through some of that stuff.
I'm
It's so
telling
funny,
you.
bro. She brings a lot. you know, a lot to the videos, to the forefront. She's not embarrassed. Like, she just fills up the room, so to speak. And it's great stuff, you know.
I mean, they're amazing. And that's what caught my eye. I was
so
like,
much.
I remember you and everything. But when I was seeing those, when I was watching those, I was laughing. So I was going like, you got to come in and we got to talk about this, because those TikToks are very creative. And I hear there's someone that helps you with those, the behind the scenes type guy that's there, and you know, you're the talent, but there's someone that contributes quite a lot.
I have another half, and it's like
your better half.
It's my better half. It's my husband. It's my business partner. It's my best friend. It's like everything.
Oh man,
you're getting choked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my husband.
He's
I don't know. He likes to remain anonymous, so I'll let him have that. But he's over here.
All right.
Yeah.
We see you. We see you.
He's right there. He's right over there. No, wait, he's down there.
He's Becky. Like, no, but he's cool, and like he's just like sees things that I don't see.
Right.
So it's just awesome. And
he's a professional editor.
He's a professional editor. I got lucky.
And it's great when you're looking from the outside in, also to like a different perspective.
Oh, for sure. And he's taught me to be. I mean, because I started theater predominantly, and so I didn't know anything about film. And he's like taught me so much in that genre, and like things were just like, well, you can't do that on a camera. You just can't. Like, and it's just like, and I would argue, and now I've learned to just be like, okay, yes.
Let's go make peace with it.
Whatever you say, we're gonna do it. And
Sofa
it's gonna
City,
be awesome.
sweetheart.
I'm Sofa City apparently, because I had a lot to learn. But no,
I'll tell you what, the magic of editing.
The magic of
can
editing
work for you or against you, depending on what. I mean, look at the look at the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case.
Oh my gosh!
The magic of editing. No, I didn't mean to bring that up.
And we've edited quite a bit of stuff on our end.
We pride ourselves on not editing out things. You know, that we like to go what I like to call freestyle.
Like almost
and we're not editing things. If we didn't edit Angel Salazar's, if we didn't bleep and we didn't cut anything out of that, nothing. Nothing. We left it all in. But you know what we did start doing is we started in the beginning putting the views and opinions of our guests are not necessarily of the host.
This is true.
Good times.
And it's not, and so it's fun stuff. And like what I like about TikTok is that
it's not gas.
It basically like levels the playing field, so anyone could be have the 15 minutes of fame. I'm not saying you. Obviously, you're an actress and whatnot, but it's also another medium to promote yourself and for people to promote themselves. And why not give everybody a chance to do it?
It's true, and I thought it was kind of funny because it was like the first time ever that it's just like you don't have to sit around and wait for someone to hire you.
Exactly.
You could just kind of do whatever you want. And
we were just talking about that on our last episode. When they say create your own content, I mean it's really you're foolish if you sit around and complain like I'm not getting a break and everything. If you got the imagination, you can get an iPhone for $10 a month or whatever it costs these days. I mean, you can do it. I mean, it's just so easy, right? And the stuff that you're doing, you're taking it to a whole different level. It's like a whole new level.
Thank you so much.
So you were at like Dodger Stadium and like with Fluffy. When Fluffy was there.
Yes. So we just went to go see Fluffy. Hi, Fluffy. That was so much fun. And that was my first time at Dodger Stadium. Sorry, I'm a really bad Angelino.
It's cool.
Like, that was my first time. But, like, who goes to Dodger Stadium and gets to sit like right on the floor? And I was just like, this chick does, yes. It was so cool. And then of course I had to do the whole thing and have like the Dodger nachos and the thing. And it's like
that's a must.
I was like, I have to. I'm gonna sit here.
Frown upon if you don't. No.
Yeah, how dare you come in here?
It's a cardinal sin to not have one of those.
You're not one of my people if you don't.
You know, what's funny is my cousin, who I hadn't seen since I was a little kid. Excuse me, sorry. Can we edit that out? We're not editing anything out.
Raw. Keep it raw, baby.
So I hadn't seen him since I was a little kid. I lost touch with my dad's side of the family.
Right.
Facebook, found everybody. Found one, then got connected with everyone. And I was talking to my cousin Michael Welsh, she's in Colorado. And I said, it'd be great to see you. He says, done. I said, what? He says, when do you want?
I love people like that.
I can be there. How about June? This was in, whenever. So I go, okay, so it's a few weeks out. I pick him up at the airport. There's tears, everything. We haven't seen each other since I was a little kid. And,
that's beautiful.
And and he said, "Hey man, the Rockies are playing the Dodgers, so I'll get some tickets." You know, older cousin taking his younger cousin to a game, right? So we're sitting there, we're watching the game, and he says something about Chavez Ravine. And he kept saying it, and he goes, "Old Chavez Ravine," and I said, "Well, what are you talking about?" Like, I had never heard the term. I didn't know that the story, and now we can go on Google. But yeah, he explained. He said, "Yeah, this is a whole. There was a whole thing with
they just yanked out all the community,
and just
bro.
put the stadium there."
And the irony is, the people that go to Dodger Stadium mostly are of Mexican descent.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was an interesting story. So if you don't know about Dodger Stadium, wherever you might be watching this. Look up Chavez Ravine Dodger Stadium.
Yeah,
come right up.
It's something, and you shouldn't be ashamed because that was like basically my backdrop, my backyard, and I'm an Angels fan. So
I love it.
I'm a Red Sox fan.
My son's a Dodger fan, so I love Dodgers. I mean,
I want to go again.
Dogs.
It was pretty cool.
Dodger dogs and the fireworks.
Yeah,
well,
it was a cool setup. They have like little bars everywhere. Yeah, I loved it. It was beautiful.
If you know me by now from just meeting and talking earlier today, you know when we talk about this kind of stuff that I'm not one for name dropping.
No, not really.
But I'm so damn good at it. No, I'm just kidding. But I have this great picture. I have this great picture with a couple of guys that you might know that were associated with the Dodgers somehow, named Steve Garvey and Oral Hershiser. I have this great picture. And
I drove Tommy Lasorda. I could beat that.
Oh, my mom met Tommy.
Yeah, I love Tommy.
So Lonnie said, you know, he really would like to get a picture with you guys. And they were like, and Steve Harvey goes, "This handsome guy? Heck yeah, come in here." Let's just not only did I get a picture, but Steve Harvey said I was handsome. So
yeah, it's right. Multiple comments.
And all the Dodgers were there. It was an event where
cool
it was a gala or whatever for something, and Jeannie was there, Jeannie Buss, and Bruno Mars played.
Yeah.
And Bruno Mars played.
We're playing footsie. I mean, a girl's got to get invited back. You know?
Well. How about them Dodgers?
Yeah. I hear they're playing.
Tommy Lasorda, it's so weird. He lived up until his death in like a small little picket fence house out in Orange County, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
That's so cute.
His godson was the next Dodger. He was the coach for the Angels.
No way.
I was the ex-coach for the Angels.
That's cool.
My mother worked at Kmart for 25 years. I mean, she worked retail. Yeah, she would, talk about. I mean,
Did you get a discount?
Every Friday, she'd get the blue light specials,
and I like it.
We'd have all these Kmart bags, and it was all for the kids mostly. She'd spend my dad would say she spends her whole damn pay on that over there at that damn Kmart. Like working there is costing me money. Because she's spending more than her pay. So Tommy came in Costa Mesa on Harbor Boulevard. It was one of the last Kmarts to go. And he was promoting the Slim Fast thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, he was huge.
My mom said,
he was a big time Slim Faster.
Yeah, he said, my husband's a big fan and everything. And, let me give him, let me sign this and everything. And he walks away and he said, "Good luck." And she didn't understand exactly what, but she was kind of, she had, she was a full-figured gal. And she realized that he was saying good luck because she needed to drop a few, like she was always struggling with her weight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it was kind of funny because she didn't realize it at first. She was like, "Why is he saying good luck? Working at Kmart or something?"
Good luck working at Kmart.
Yeah. And then she realized he was telling her, stick with it, keep going, you can do it. Sorry, Mom. I know you're not going to see this.
She's adorable.
Isn't she the best?
Yeah.
She's a big hit on social media. Everyone loves her.
Yeah, you got to watch some of his videos and you get to see his mom.
Yeah.
But Jamie,
I actually have seen your mom before. It's very sweet.
I'm telling you, it's hard to look away. I mean, she's eating those Reese's cups and everything.
That's beautiful.
Jamie, my son.
I made a comment about. I made a social video about my mom and her. And I remember you commented on it and you're like, "I love these talks," and I was just like, "Oh, your mom too? She likes these." We're talking about like Latino mom guilt.
Okay.
Oh my God, that was so funny. Now I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
And it was just like, how do I like talk about my mom without directly talking about her? And then she sent me this lady named Tia Maria, which has like a TikTok, and it's like this old Central American woman who just rants.
That's all she does?
And no, that's like the epitome of my mom.
That's cool.
And so my husband's like, if you don't want to talk directly about your mom, why don't you just react to this lady's rants? Because it sounds just like your mom. And I was like, sold. I'm in it to win it. Like, let's do
I was
it.
so there.
Yeah,
I was watching. I was laughing.
Tia
so
Maria,
hard.
okay,
That's her.
you need to listen to her,
I gotta
and
watch her.
you will understand like what it's like to grow up in a Central American household.
And you're like eating something, and you're saying, "Yes, I know." Like you're
just like chilling there, and they're just like, "When I die," like, and you're just
guilt.
like,
You're gonna be. And my mom's the same exact way, just in English.
But what I loved about that was just like it's universal. Like everybody hears this stupid like when I die you're gonna cry at my funeral thing, and it's just like, am I really?
Yeah, my mom loves to do the someday you'll think about it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing she likes to do, this is what you got to look forward to. You know, like when she's sitting there and, you know, she's just like, get used to it. Look, this is what you got to look forward to. You know?
My mom's is more like a guilt. Like when I die, you're gonna be sad that you didn't love me enough.
Oh yeah, someday. That always starts out with someday.
And you're just like,
You'll wish
sure.
you.
That would be the first thing I think about.
So what'd your mom think like when you said, I'm gonna dabble into acting? I'm gonna like just go both feet into acting.
She's really upset that I'm not on Telemundo in a novela. She
Uh-huh.
wants to know when that day's gonna happen. I mean, I wasn't an Oscar-winning film, but she doesn't care about that. She wants to know when I'm gonna be on the next Mariela del Barrio.
I got a perfect explanation. Tell her that Aiza Gonzalez, who was such a hit on a novela, now she did didn't she do the crossover to English, and she's like an ambulance? Isn't that her?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, she was in novelas all her life.
Oh,
Nobody knows
wow.
that.
Yeah.
She's a huge star in Mexico.
I think it was Tony Danza. Now it might be. This is where I tell these stories and I get the people wrong, or I don't have the rest of the information and I get lost. I say, well, I'll get back to you on that.
We'll fact check it later.
But he was telling a story about how he got on Taxi, or and he was like, whatever comes with fame, he had it. He was at that point in his career, at the place in his career where he was there, right? He was a star, and he told his mom, he said, I made it. He says, I did it. Look at Mom. And she goes, have you met Frank Sinatra? And he goes, no. She goes, well, you're not a star yet. You haven't made it yet. Tell me when you meet Frank Sinatra. That's a good story. And I guess he finally met Frank and got to tell his mom, you happy now?
My mom keeps upping the game though, because like she was like, "Have you met Piolín, who used to be like a radio LA?"
Sure.
And it's just like, I just met him, and she's just like, "Okay, well, did you meet like Thalia?" And it's just like, no, she's like married. She's like chained to Tommy Mottola's
Tommy Mottola now.
foot down. Ain't nobody gonna meet her.
No, fuck that.
So it's just like she keeps upping her game. She's like, "Did you meet Celia?" And I'm like, "Celia's been dead for like 10 years, Mom." Like, it's not. Nobody's gonna meet Celia.
Well, Celia Cruz was Celia Cruz from. She was a salsa queen of salsa.
She was like, the queen of.
What was the movie that everybody saw in the States, where the Mambo Kings? Mambo Kings. She was in Mambo Kings.
That's all you had to say, Mambo Kings. Of course, I know what that is.
She's the queen. She's the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
she's like the Latina Aretha, like Aretha Franklin or something.
Right. That's exactly what she is. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a better word to use, but you don't mind if I curse a little
like
bit.
Peaches Tacos?
No, not at all.
Yeah, Peaches is exactly the word I'm looking for. But I really fucked up because when I was a little kid, I knew my mom loved Elvis Presley. I mean, she just, like, we'd watch all of his movies. They'd have the marathons back then on regular TV where they'd show his movies all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'd watch them all together and listen to it when she'd get a few drinks. Her and my dad were drinking, and my dad would be like, let's put on some Hank Williams or some Frank Sinatra or something. He liked Nat King Cole. He liked, but he got a little tired of Elvis. My mom said he was jealous.
Right.
But
where
I was going to say, I fucked up. Excuse my French. My mom would say that's not French. But I used to tell her that I was going to buy her Graceland.
Okay.
Wow,
now, when
that's
I was
a big
little,
promise.
But when I was little, I thought I could back it up.
Bro.
Right? I would have promised her a job at Graceland.
As I got older, I realized that's a bold statement. I don't think I'll ever be able to back that up. But I stuck to it. Like, I never let on that I...
Did she ask you on Mother's Day?
I thought I couldn't do it. No, but now I kind of try to explain it to her, and I say, Mom, I'm going to get you a house that looks just like Graceland. It's going to be the same thing. It's just not going to be Graceland.
There's one in
Northridge. We're never going to sell it.
There's one in Northridge.
Yeah, there's one.
Is there?
Yeah, dude. There's this guy that was an impersonator.
I want to go to this.
Just do a fucking trip and do a TikTok.
That's so cool.
We can build one. Yeah.
We're working.
Does like a fake Elvis live there? Or?
Yeah. Like it's an impersonator.
You know, and I want to bring people on to talk about all kinds of different things. And serious things.
No, we got it. We're also
homeless and
we're gonna board serious
all kinds of things.
Topics, bro.
One of the serious topics that.
What if we talk about it in a serious manner?
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's
like Elvis in a serious manner.
Well, no.
Memphis.
It's not really the Graceland.
Memphis Mafia. It's pretty serious.
I love that. I love that T taking care of business.
Oh yeah.
TCB, right? And the processing is a little slow. It's not because of the alcohol. I've had a long day.
We done messed it up already.
All right. So anyway, the serious thing was going to be I'd like to have people to come in and talk about some things like Alzheimer's. You know, it's still good on the serious side. So my mom is fortunate. She's got. I don't know if I'd even say it's Alzheimer's, but it's people get older and they call it senility, and but she's like right on in so many ways, and she's right there with us.
I see she's together. I call it LA water, dude, because everyone's fucked up a little bit.
Seriously. This is a little tequila.
I tell her the stuff you don't remember isn't that important anyway. There's things I wish I could forget. But one time we're talking about Elvis, and she looks at me and she says, he's still alive, isn't he? Yeah. And I said, well, some people think so. Because there's all these sightings and these rumors about like Jim Morrison, Elvis Presley, Jim Morrison.
Apparently, just go to Northridge and shit's there.
Northridge, this is dude in the corner. I swear to you.
Yeah,
he's got a house and everything.
They see him in backyards and stuff like that. It's just it's funny because they have. I'm trying to think who else, but I know like Jim Morrison. There's rumors that he's still alive.
Well, we had our friend, what's her name, Brandy, who loves Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
Idolizes.
You want to watch that one?
Oh my god, yeah, you have to. You guys have to.
Brandy Aguilar. Yeah, Brandy.
She's in the Valley, Santa Clarita.
And
Sean was funny, dude.
Sean
Liang.
Sean Liang. Yes.
Funny, dude.
I just don't want to mispronounce people's names. Yeah. But it's funny because
she adores Jim Morrison, dude. She adores.
What does she like? The music?
No. She said she was enchanted by him.
Yeah.
Enchanted?
No, like she's in love with him, even though
crazy about him. Yeah.
She went to his old house.
Word. She's enchanted.
Yeah. She said, no. She's captivated when she's talking about him. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, she went to his house. There's a house.
Don't you around the corner. Thinking of the motherfucker, like.
I'm wondering where that house is. I kind of want to drive by and check it out myself. But I said, if you're going to stalk someone, at least it's a dead guy. It's like, I got stalkers that I wish they would go and stalk Jim Morrison.
No, he had a couple people like.
Well, I get these fake profiles that are being made, and they think they're cute, they think they're funny, whatever they're trying to do. They're trying to scam they're trying to scam women and stuff like that.
Ew.
But
like
my son was
Tinder guy. Did you guys see that?
No, it's real.
It's a real thing.
For some reason, they just love my face. But
they're Tindering you, like they're putting their face on your face.
They're putting my face on their thing, and they're developing.
So then when you show up, it's like
I don't want to give anyone any idea.
You're not gonna know.
But they're using pictures of my mom. They're using pictures of my grandchildren. And my son, I showed him that same thing that I sent you.
Bro.
No, my son said they're using my kids. They're putting my kids on there.
That's not okay.
So I don't want to really put the kids out there too much. Yeah. But Jim and James Morning Podcast, we have a QR code that you can.
Where did time go?
I don't know.
It's
8:50. Is it back really? Up there?
I just went right into a commercial.
Don't put it like fast.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have my Reese's cup.
That's a blue moon that just happened last night.
The one directly from last night.
Yeah. That was a red moon, Jim.
Oh, it was red.
I was like, I thought it was red. Wait.
It was blue.
Lonnie was like, come on, you gotta come on, look at the moon.
Are you sure?
She doesn't talk like that. I'm sorry. Oh God, I hope she doesn't see this. That's my mom's voice. That's not her voice. Lonnie's voice is, James,
unless she's talking in tongues.
Let's go and look at the moon because it's beautiful. And
just
I'm like,
that.
I don't feel like watching the moon right now.
And she does the little dance because
she goes all the way out there,
and
it's cloudy. She comes back, it was clouds, and there were clouds, and I go, yeah, I fear. She said, next time there's going to be another one, and we're going to Griffith Observatory, and I'm like, okay.
What's one thing that she does that melts your heart?
Her smile.
Stuff, yeah.
And that was the first thing that caught my eye when I was going on the dating site.
Bumble, is it?
Well, there's a discrepancy on which site.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
But I saw her smile, and it kind of caught my eye, and I was like, yeah, I mean. And then when we reached out and we started talking, the whole story, you can look it up on YouTube on the RuPaul Talk Show.
There you go. RuPaul.
It's just been an interesting almost 4 years.
A fantastic 4 years.
Yeah.
We gotta go. We gotta dinner.
We do
with our girls.
Yeah, we got
my
stuff
girl.
to
We're
do.
gonna definitely go out to your favorite spot or my girl's favorite spot. I don't know. We'll have to go out with Rami Love. So.
What's your girl's favorite spot?
Well, she likes to go to.
I'm sorry. I know people are watching. Okay. It's like I'm just.
She does. Well, my girl's not the kind like I like.
What happened?
I used to work across street from Boa Steakhouse. Only he came out.
Wait a minute.
It's always about James.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. Is that better? Or we should do a new one.
Bulls? What's Bull's Steakhouse?
Boa.
Oh, Boa
yeah,
Steakhouse.
Boa Steakhouse. Yeah,
That's
Boa is my favorite, and then but she's like a little more like. Where she doesn't have to dress up. And this is the kind of place where you go and you sort of show off all the cool clothes.
Let me take some pictures.
It's clothes that people, they're just pretentious and kind of thing. And she's more
laid
back Valley, Santa Monica.
Come on in. It's Ramon. You won't see his face.
Back in the day, it was so unassuming,
Yeah.
So she likes to go to, we do stone fires.
3, 2, 1. A bit closer. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Think queso, tequila, whiskey, cheese.
Where'd the guy take the girl to now?
That's funny because on Spotify, people are just going to be pulling their hair out of their head listening.
So it's like Stonefire, it's a little less unassuming up in Northridge where everyone's cool.
Right.
Yeah. That's it. Any
last words?
Of you
want anything you want to plug?
Drop your handles, please.
Sure. My name is Connie Marie Flores. You can find me at Connie Marie Flores across the board. So that's Instagram, TikTok,
MySpace, everything.
MySpace, Facebook.
Where's your pagers ringing?
Unless it's Twitter, then it's Connie Marie Flo. Didn't fit. So that's basically it. But yeah, look me up.
And we'll see you when we see you.
Yep. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Subscribe Jim and James Morning Podcast. And hello, Ramon. We know you're there.
We know you're there.
Ramon!
Woo! Shout!